This movie sucked.
No. No.
No, of course not. It was awesome. Thought I'd start it off by saying something weird, like, hey. He looked over at me like, what did you say?
What?
That's not right. Hey, everybody, welcome to The Ride Back, and today I have a special guest. This is my best friend, Trey, and you can follow his channel as well. You want to give a shout-out to your channel real quick, Trey?
Yeah, if you're into the Funko Pop hunting world, I've got a channel called Funko 316.
Yeah.
I go and, hunt for pops. The video I'll upload soon is gonna be kind of Marvel focused, so it kind of ties in.
There you go.
Yeah,
Sweet.
If that's your thing, it's fun. But
So speaking of Marvel, we just got out of Avengers: Infinity War.
Yes.
Yeah, and you for the second time.
Yes.
That's
Second time I've
commitment.
seen it, yes.
In less than
24 hours. I saw it twice. Yeah.
That is-
I went to it at 10:30, and then we went at 7.
That's commitment.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'll just go ahead and say it. Yeah, Captain America, baby. No, you put that away, Trey. No, you take Iron Man away from this.
Iron Man all day. Actually, I'm more of a Thanos fan now.
Oh yeah, Thanos is awesome in this movie.
Thanos is pretty awesome.
So, all right. Oh, merge right. What are we doing? We've got construction tonight, so the ride back might be a little bit longer than it usually is.
That's okay. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there is a lot to break down about this movie, but we're not going to go into spoilers, at least not yet.
Okay.
So why don't you? You know what? I'll start because I've seen it once.
Okay.
And then you can tell me your overall thoughts because you've seen it more than once. Ultimately, I love Avengers: Infinity War. It is just packed with so much stuff in it. It's actually hard to keep track of everything that goes on. Any Marvel character that has shown up, with the exception of one, from what I've seen, showed up in this movie.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Is it a spoiler to say if this one's not in it? What do you think?
I mean, if they're not in it, you're not really. I mean, you're spoiling the fact that they're not in it, but they didn't do anything in the movie, so.
Yeah. No Ant-Man.
No Ant-Man.
What the hell?
No Hawkeye either.
Yeah, no Hawkeye either. No Hawkeye, no Ant-Man.
They did get a brief mention. I won't say what, because kind of explains their absence.
Yeah. Did they explain Ant-Man's absence?
They did. It was like a quick one-liner.
Yeah, okay.
It was Hawkeye and Ant-Man in one line, so...
Okay, well,
yeah.
No real spoilers on that. I mean, after all, if you look at the cast list, you'll know if they're in it or not.
You know, actually, did you see the stuff, I don't know if you followed, any online stuff, but there was a lot of controversy about Hawkeye being, left off the poster, and apparently the director said something about, they mentioned it, and I think they said something about it being explained in detail why he wasn't there, and I don't know if I'd call what they said detail, but it was Hawkeye's popular, so I don't know. It was weird.
But, with everything, I mean, first of all, let's just go ahead and say it. Thanos is the best Marvel villain ever.
Bar none.
Ever.
Bar none. Yeah.
And if you watch the ride back where I talked about Black Panther, I said Killmonger was the best. Well, sorry, it didn't take long to get dethroned. Thanos is the best. And it's not just because he's the newest villain either. No, he's got a lot of depth in this movie.
Yes. We
don't go into too much spoilers.
Yeah, but the first Avengers movie was 2012?
Yeah.
And they showed him for the first time there. I mean, it was a little teaser scene, but this is a guy 6 years in the making.
Yeah.
So, it was kind of riding on them, giving him and doing him justice, and they did.
Yeah. He's not all about I'm just going to kill because I'm kill crazy. No, he's got a purpose. He has a reason he wants to kill all these people, and he actually thinks he's doing something good or noble.
Yep.
If you're a fan of Thanos from the comic books, they never go into saying it, but in the comic books, the whole reason he wants to kill everybody or all these people is because he wants to impress Lady Death.
Yeah. And they even said that in the Avengers thing. Because they made a comment to challenge them would be to court death.
Yeah.
And then he smiled. So they even hinted at that, but they took it in a different direction. But I'm kind of glad they did.
Yeah, he did not mention, or at least if he has an underlying reason, then.
Yeah, they didn't mention it yet.
Yeah, I didn't mention it yet. If I'm trying to think if there was anything I actually disliked about the movie. And I don't think there is. If I had to nitpick, and that's me stretching,
Yeah.
it would be that there was all these plot lines going on at the same time, and there would be like, it would start off with one group, and we wouldn't see that group again for like another 30 minutes in some cases.
Yeah, it had a lot going on. And there wasn't a lot of time to breathe either. It was a pretty long movie, and like it was kind of just like you sit down and you go, and that's it. Like,
they're off to the races almost immediately, and from there, it's just like a train. It's just gonna keep going.
Yeah, I mean, man, it's hard to talk about it without like.
We'll go into spoilers in a minute.
Yeah, but like it was good. It lived up to the hype. I think everybody's going to enjoy it.
I asked this question just as we got out, so I'll ask it again. Is this your favorite Avengers movie out of all the Avengers movies?
Avengers movie?
Yeah. Well, let's count Civil War because there's a lot of them in there as well.
It's up there. If I was to put anything close to it, it'd probably be the first Avengers.
First Avengers?
Yeah, the first Avengers was just like, oh my gosh. That was like, if you look at it on the scale of things, when they started, they had all these superheroes, and then they brought them together. That was the first Avengers movie. So the goosebumps and the crowd pleasing moments in that movie were awesome. But this is like the entirety of the whole cinematic universe kind of brought together. So it's a bigger scale. So I'd probably say it's my favorite Avengers movie, with the first one a close second. I don't think there's a bad Marvel movie. Age of Ultron's not my favorite, but
Age of Ultron's not your favorite.
Yeah, but I won't call it bad. I don't think it's a bad movie.
Oh no, it's not bad.
I'd have to say Infinity War is probably the best Avengers movie.
I think you're right. I think Avengers Infinity War, they've been building it up for a long time, and it definitely delivers.
Yeah.
With exactly what you would want.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so let's. So if
deep dive,
it's time for the spoiler section.
Yeah, we're gonna deep dive.
I'm warning anyone who watches this right now. If you have not seen Avengers: Infinity War, shut this video off now because we're gonna
a spoiler.
Yeah, big
spoiler graphic.
I'm not even giving them a graphic. I am just telling them
you've been warned.
You have been warned. If you flash forwarded in the video and we spoil something, it's your own fault.
We told you so.
So let's go ahead and get the obvious stuff out of the way.
Okay.
Who dies in this movie?
Would it be quicker to say who didn't die?
Yeah, we're stuck in traffic. It'd still take me like
all right.
It'd probably take me the whole trip just to go over who died. Could we do it in order?
Let's narrow it down real quick. Let's do this. Who is the most shocking death to you?
Shocking death.
Like who when it happened? Not even that part. Like throughout the whole movie.
Oh, the whole movie. Oh God, there were a lot of ones that.
Yeah.
But if I had to say most shocking, probably Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they kill off Star-Lord. You know what? I almost feel like that doesn't count because let's say anyone who died prior to
the snap. And that's what everybody's gonna call it. The snap.
The snap.
Yeah.
The snap heard around the universe.
Ugh.
All right, but so if we're using those rules, and they are my rules, so I'm going to use them.
Okay.
I'm going to say Gamora.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Gamora dies.
I did see it coming because they kind of built up to it, but at the same time, I'm like, man,
this guy wants it. I'm going to let him in.
Okay. I didn't think they'd take anybody from the Guardians out, but they took everybody in the Guardians out except for who was it?
Rabbit.
Rabbit, yeah, Rabbit. Rabbit survived. Rabbit. Rocket Rabbit.
Rocket Rabbit?
Yeah, he's the only one, man.
Thor is so awesome in this movie.
Yes. Yes, he is.
But okay, so for me, it was Gamora dying. That was pretty big. I did not see Gamora dying.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I'd still say of all of them, the Black Panther kind of got.
Yeah, that one was very surprising.
Well, and I don't. So I guess Black Panther, what, came out in February?
Yeah.
So do you,
Look at that. Motherfucker's been out for only like 2 months and they already killed him off. That was quick.
right, yeah. But I mean, another thing, like, do you think that they expected
That's a
Black
good question.
Panther to be as popular as it was?
Ooh, that is a very good question.
They put it out and, like, I mean, yeah, it's a new superhero, and yeah, it got a lot of hype, but I don't know if they expected it to do what it did. So maybe when they filmed Avengers and they're like, well, for this arc we can kill off Black Panther. I didn't hear the gasps and everything as much tonight as I did last night. Last night, I'm not even kidding you, when Black Panther died from the snap, somebody literally stood up and said, "You mother." Like, I mean, nobody laughed either, because, like, it was so tense. Like, oh man, it happened with that, and then people, like, I think the loudest gasp though was for Star-Lord though. Yeah, I think Star-Lord got the loudest.
I think you might be right about that. I think they didn't anticipate how popular Black Panther was going to be.
Shame on them. He's amazing.
Yeah, and he is freaking amazing. Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. Yeah, he is amazing. Yeah, I think they if they had known what they know now,
Yeah.
I think they probably would have kept him alive for the for part 2 or whatever they're going to call it.
Do you think they snubbed poor Loki?
I feel bad that Loki dies in this movie, and he dies before the snap.
Yeah.
So
In fact, you almost kind of forget.
yeah,
Like
yeah, that's the sad part. So
Yeah.
many characters die in this movie. They almost become afterthoughts
Yeah.
in some ways. Heimdall was the first one to die.
Oh yeah, he sure was.
Yeah.
Man, see, I forgot Heimdall.
You completely forgot about
I forgot
Idris
about
Elba?
poor Heimdall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, so okay. Let me see if I can do it. Okay. Black Panther, Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man dies.
It was
Doctor
the
Strange.
saddest one.
Doctor Strange. That was the saddest.
Yeah, Spider-Man was. Oh.
Doctor Strange dies. Falcon dies. Bucky dies. Oh wow! Look at they're stopping.
What is going on
I
over
don't know
there?
what they're doing over there. They've got
must be
traffic.
slowing up
Traffic
traffic.
is just backed up like
Yeah,
crazy.
it's
They're not
bad.
even letting anyone go.
Yeah, it's standstill.
I don't know what's going on over there. Let's see who else dies.
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch dies. Vision dies.
Yeah, he didn't fade though.
No, he was straight up.
He just got murked.
Y'all probably saw it. Like that Infinity Stone has to come out at some point, don't it?
It came out.
Ripped him right out of his head.
Yeah, he sure did.
Let's see what else. Who else? Am I missing somebody?
Drax,
I mean,
Mantis.
all the Guardians.
Yeah, all the
died,
Guardians except Rocket. Yeah,
except for Rocket Rabbit.
poor Groot.
Yeah, Groot dies. What the hell? Teenage Groot.
Should we talk about the Stinger? Like, you got two more deaths there.
Hold on. You said you had a story. Since we're in the spoiler section, I want you to go ahead and tell the story real quick. I mean, it's a real quick story.
Yeah, okay, so I went and saw it last night, obviously. So I was out today and I was going to Walmart, and a lot of Walmarts, like, there's one lane where you go down to park, and like then it goes back down the other way, so you can only go one way. Front row spot cleared out, and like I was pumped. I was like, yes, got a front row spot. I go to pull in. This lady came from the other side. She swerved around and went down the wrong way and parked in the spot.
Oh.
Yeah, I was pissed. So she gets out of the car and she's like walking and she's like looking at me. I'm just sitting there staring at her like, I can't believe you just did this. Well, she moved. She held her hands up and I saw the Marvel shirt and I knew what I was going to do.
Oh, God.
So I rolled down the window and I just started yelling characters that died in this movie. And
So
I did.
messed up, man.
Yeah, it was.
That's so messed up.
I did it as I was driving by, and at the very end, I was like, I just saved you $16. You're welcome. And then I drove off.
Oh.
Yeah. So that woman took my parking spot, so I ruined the Marvel movie for her.
How do you know she didn't see it?
I don't.
she went back and says, I know, right?
Yeah, she didn't seem too happy. So
Yeah, oh, man.
I'm assuming I ruined the movie for her, but she took my
boy.
parking spot.
Oh,
Don't take my parking spot. That's rude.
I have to admit
Yeah, that's
that
my
was.
story. I spoiled the movie for a woman. Sorry, woman.
Yeah. Trey was the villain. Trey was not the villain in that story, but he was the Avenger.
That's right. That's right.
But speaking of villains, we don't have just Thanos in there. We have the Black Order.
Yes.
And the Black Orders, I liked all of them. They were like his own Avengers.
Yes. The one.
I don't know any of their names.
Ebony Maw is the one that.
The wizard.
The wizard type.
Yeah.
He was the best one.
Yeah, he was. This guy is like just. I don't know if you want to call it telekinesis or not.
I remember 3 of their names. The big guy, their Hulk essentially.
Yeah.
He was called Cole Obsidian. The girl was called Proxima Midnight, and then the wizard guy was called Ebony Maw. I can't remember the 4th one's name. I know this because I clip pops and I got him.
Oh yeah, so
I got him.
You got the pop. Yeah, there you go.
I got the Black Order.
Look at him pushing his pop.
Yeah,
doing that pop.
saw an
motion,
opportunity and took it. Yeah, the Black Order was cool, especially Ebony Maw.
What was the name of the big guy? He had what looked like he looked like he had a sickle almost.
Yeah,
like
Cole Obsidian.
Yeah, Cole Obsidian is his name.
Yeah.
He was the guy I thought the Hulk was going to fight.
Yeah.
The Hulk fights Thanos at the very beginning for a little bit. He gets his ass beat, and then we don't see the Hulk for the rest of the movie. I was disappointed on that.
They didn't really elaborate much on, excuse me, why the Hulk.
He was scared.
He was scared, yeah.
Hulk's scared.
Yeah, all he really said, is Bruce tried to turn into him. He just took over for a second and yelled no. So obviously Thanos beat that ass, and he was terrified. So
yeah,
that was kind of lame. The Hulk always gets the cheers from the crowds because of the crazy stuff that he does, and you didn't really get that. You just kind of get a minute of Thanos whipping his ass.
With the Hulk being out of the movie, that means we had to make room for someone else to fill the void in terms of our humor. Luckily, we got a few.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, Drax Destroyer is still friggin' amazing.
Man, if you told me, so I'm a big wrestling fan, so if you told me that Batista would be where he is, no. Oh my gosh, man, Batista is hilarious. He's so good as Drax.
What? All right, what was the lines that they did?
Where's Gamora? Who's Gamora? I got one better. Why Gamora? Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah, he's great, but he's not the only one who was really. Thor is still really pretty hard. Ever since Thor Ragnarok,
yeah, Thor has become the perfect mix of badassery and comedy. Mm-hmm. I think after this movie, of all the Avengers, Thor is probably the most badass. I say that as an Iron Man fan.
Mm-hmm.
But Thor is badass.
Thor has got. I don't know if they're gonna give Chris Hemsworth more movies. I think they should. I know his contract isn't the same as.
He's open to more though.
Yeah.
Unlike Evans and Robert Downey Jr., it kind of seems like they're. I mean, I can't say I blame them. They've been around for a while, but so has Thor. But
honestly, that is probably the biggest surprise for me about the Avengers Infinity War. Everyone, and I saw people taking polls on who was going to die.
Yeah.
And Captain America was number 1.
Yeah.
But you know what? He doesn't fucking die.
He doesn't.
That's right.
He doesn't.
Suck it, Josh.
Yeah.
And Josh knows who he is. He's not watching.
Yeah, he's not watching.
He never.
He knows who he is, but he ain't watching.
Yeah, asshole. He never watched.
Yeah. Well, what about? Are we ready to move on from the deaths? I mean,
yeah.
It was a lot. Well, how about cameos? Because there was two
that I never saw coming.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start with the stones. All right. So Thanos is going to have to collect all the stones. He starts off with 2.
Yeah.
Because he gets the Tesseract or the space gem from. Loki and the Asgardian ship. He sends the Black Order to collect the 2 stones from Earth.
Oh, did you catch that? They mentioned that he went to Xandar. Yeah, the one there. Yeah. Didn't see anything from that.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, that was.
Did John C. Reilly die?
Oh, he might have.
No.
John C. Reilly might have died. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, they said they made a comment that he decimated Xandar. So, I mean, it didn't surprise me, but it's still kind of sad. We didn't get to see it.
But with all those stones, there's still one stone that we have never seen, and that was the Soul Stone.
Yes.
So in order to get the Soul Stone, Gamora knew where it was, and then her and Thanos go to the planet, and who shows up to escort them on how to get it? But the Red Skull.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I mean, like that's one of the cool things about this. Like, I didn't go back and watch every one of these movies.
Yeah.
But like, how did Red Skull leave Captain America? Did he vanish?
Yes. Yeah. He vanished through a portal in one of the space little things.
Okay, but that makes sense then. I mean, it kind of does. Like, I guess he made a comment about how like he got banished there because he saw the Infinity Stones.
There you go.
Are we breaking right here?
Yeah, we're breaking soon. Looks like we're stuck again.
More time to talk about the movie.
That's fine, because now we can talk about the other special guest appearance, which really didn't see that coming. Peter Dinklage.
Yes, Tyrion.
Tyrion Lannister, Peter Dinklage, is in the movie as, get this, a dwarf giant.
Yes, an oxymoron, but an awesome little cameo.
Yeah, what was the name of the place that they went?
God, I can't even tell. Like, I don't remember
Thor.
a lot of the planets they went to.
Thor, to replace his hammer, goes with Rocket Rabbit. Yeah. He goes with Rocket Rabbit and Groot to a planet where the Infinity Gauntlet was forged by a dwarf, and that's also where a dwarf. They're a race of dwarves.
Yeah.
But it was forged.
Mjolnir
Mjolnir was forged.
Yeah,
Mjolnir was forged there as well.
Yeah.
And they need to go there to get a weapon that can destroy the Infinity Gauntlet or kill Thanos. And Peter Dinklage can make it for them, and it winds up being Stormbreaker, which turns Thor into the most badass character possible.
Yes, a very cool scene once he got that weapon. But I thought the forging of it was kind of cool because like they had like a mishap and they couldn't find the handle.
Yeah, so the handle for Stormbreaker is literally Groot's arm.
That's badass. I thought that was cool. Because like Groot didn't really do much this movie until that point.
Yeah, he was a little bit of a dick.
Yeah, he's going through his little teenage phase.
I am Groot.
Yeah.
They all got offended when he said,
Yeah.
I am Groot. Hey, what's your language there? Young man.
Man, yeah, those cameos though, they were like, didn't see either one of them coming.
I'm looking forward to. I think this opens up the possibility that Red Skull could come back. He doesn't need to hang out there anymore. The Soul Stone.
It's gone.
It's gone. He doesn't need to hang
He
out
got
there.
banished there though. I wonder if maybe Thanos like
He
sends back or recruits him.
Maybe Red Skull is one of the ones that got it.
After this movie,
Snapped.
Thanos kind of needs more people. Well, actually, he didn't really need anybody.
I don't know if Thanos is alive.
You don't think so?
It's hard to tell. They didn't. The way the movie ends. Obviously, if you're talking about spoilers, then
The ultimate cliffhanger.
The ultimate is this. It ends with, all right, you've seen the trailer where there's like a huge Wakanda battle, and that ends with Thanos acquiring the last stone, which is the Mind Stone from the Vision, and Thor basically comes out of the sky, throws that Stormbreaker hammer into his friggin' chest, impaling him, and he was just getting ready to kind of like the final blow. Thanos was like,
you should have aimed for the head.
Yes, the head, and then he just snaps his fingers, and then people start just basically turning into ash and falling apart. And then he I think he slips through a portal.
Yeah.
And then the last we see of him is him like kind of on a mountaintop, and he's watching the sun come up, and it's like,
gives a faint little smile, like he's proud
I've
of himself.
succeeded.
Yep.
But he still has a big gaping hole in his chest. So honestly, I don't know. I mean, he's got the Infinity Gauntlet, so I guess he could do whatever he wants. But
I didn't see the hole in his chest though. It looked like it was gone. It was like up here.
It could be because, like, once again, the Infinity Gauntlet is like all powerful. But I think that based on what I saw, the Infinity Gauntlet will look like it was drained.
Yeah.
Maybe it couldn't do anything right there. So so I don't know. And who
It could
knows
be
what
like
the
the
second
Dragon
one is.
Balls where the stones like spread out. He's gotta get a stone radar and find him again.
He's used his one wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's got to go find him.
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah, I mean, it was such a good movie.
It was.
Mm-hmm. Before we get to the stinger, do you got anything else you want to add besides just saying that go see it and the movie's amazing?
Yeah, I don't want to say disappointments because I don't think really anything about the movie disappointed me. But I was kind of bummed that we didn't get an Iron Man, Captain America reunion. I'm sure they're saving that because I mean they both survive for now, so I'm sure they're saving that for the next movie. But you know, I'm sure we'll get one final like reunion in them. I mean, because you can tell even if they're at odds with each other, they both respect each other. So it's there. But I was a little bummed we didn't get to see them come together. But I mean, there was a lot of cool like team ups you don't normally get to see, like the Guardians and Spider-Man and Tony Stark, and I mean Doctor Strange was really good. Like his movie was good, but I wasn't as interested in it. But after this, I'm a lot more interested in the character, just because he did a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Doctor Strange movie because it was really trippy.
Yeah, it was.
And yeah, I can't like going back to the deaths. I mean, because this movie really is all about the deaths.
Yeah, that's what everybody's going to talk about.
Yeah. As a fan of the comics, I know in terms of people who I know have killed Thanos, or at least can challenge him on some level, a few of them died. I know Drax has killed Thanos in the past.
What?
Yeah, Drax has. I don't know for a fact if if Doctor Strange has, but I know that his power is like pretty close on the level of doing that. But there is one character that survived who I know is responsible for Thanos being defeated in the comics.
And that is...
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, sure.
Nebula.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I really don't think Nebula is going to have any huge part in defeating Thanos if he continues on in the movie.
Yeah.
She's just not that big of a character, and they're not going to give her that sort of accolade for the movie. I could be wrong. And maybe she will play a part, but it will not be the same role as it was in the comics.
No.
She literally gets control of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else like that was like noteworthy. I mean, I think Thanos is probably one of my favorite Marvel characters now, just because like
he's just so that was always my complaint about Marvel villains, is that they didn't really have any depth.
Yeah.
They didn't, I mean, you weren't really invested in these guys.
Yeah.
They just wanted to take over the world, and that was it. Thanos actually has a reason that he wants to do it, and at one point he has to sacrifice Gamora, someone who he actually does care about.
And he showed genuine emotion.
Yeah, that was the thing. In order to get the Soul Stone, he is told that he has to sacrifice someone he loves in order to get it. A soul for a soul.
Yep.
And Gamora literally is like laughing at him, like, ha, you don't
failed.
love anyone.
Yeah.
You failed. And that's when you see the tears rolling down his eyes, like, oh wow, he really does care for Gamora. And he tosses her off of a cliff to sacrifice her for the stone. So yeah, I mean, while I can't really agree that maybe destroying half the universe's population is probably a good thing, I can kind of see where he's coming from with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
depth,
terrible.
Man. Yeah,
it's terrible. But at least he has his own reason for doing it.
Yes,
it's not just because I want to.
See, the thing that makes Thanos a good character is he evokes different emotions from the audience. Like, I mean, at one point you can sympathize with him, the sacrifice, and then at other points I find him absolutely terrifying.
Yeah,
I mean, like, never seen the Hulk get beat. Like, the Hulk's never lost a fight.
Not like
I mean, Thor was about to beat him technically.
Well, I mean, come on, man. How could you forget Iron Man beating him in Ultron?
And the Hulkbuster, yeah.
And the Hulkbuster,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the other thing. We might as well bring that up.
He's mind controlled.
Bruce Banner actually fights in the Hulkbuster armor.
Yeah, he does.
Because the Hulk doesn't want to come out and fight. He has to do it himself, according to him. Dadgum, they are really
this is crazy.
backing up the traffic on this one. That's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut the video short. But before we do, Stinger. There's only one.
Yeah,
it's not the
very end of the credits.
Very end of the credits. So the Stinger is, which I think is basically taking place around the same time that Thanos has just
Snapped.
He snapped. We get to see Nick Fury and Maria Hill, Colby Smulders. What was her name in How I Met Your Mother? Scherbatsky.
Robin Scherbatsky. We see Robin Scherbatsky and Nick Fury, and they both disappear. And my favorite thing about Nick Fury disappearing is that he's like, he goes, "Mother," and he disappears. Yeah.
Disappears.
Very Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, that's the Samuel L. Jackson thing for you. But what he was doing as he was fading away was he basically got a beeper.
Yep.
And he was, typing out something, and camera slowly pans in, and what we get to see is what looks like the Nova Corps symbol with the colors for Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So setting up, was it Brie Larson?
Yeah, Brie Larson.
Brie Larson's character for Captain Marvel very soon.
I'm interested because I've seen that her movie is supposed to take place in the 90s. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's
I
like
forgot
an
about that.
origin tale, but that comes out like 2 months before or whatever they call the next Avengers. So we'll get like a little brief intro to her, and then I guess she's involved. I mean, she's got to be.
Yeah, and I think it's also pretty presumptuous to be like, oh, well, apparently she was one of the ones that survived.
Yeah. Well,
spoiler, apparently
maybe.
She's in Avengers Infinity War 2, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool they're introducing a new character, and people were excited.
I wonder if she's going to play a big role in actually whatever the sequel is. Like I said, I still don't know.
It seems like they're making a big deal out of her, so I can see her playing a big part in it. Mm-hmm. She's featured with Marvel going forward, so they're hoping for it.
All right, buddy, so what do you say? Final thoughts?
Epic movie. It's worth seeing. It's worth seeing twice.
We're seeing twice.
Seeing it twice. I don't regret it.
You got all the pops for the Infinity War yet?
No.
No. You slacker.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, I should say so.
I'm missing 3 regulars. I need Captain America. I'm saving him for last because I don't like Captain America.
Oh, scope. Whatever.
Captain America, Groot, and Black Widow. Those are the last of the regular ones that I need. And then they have like special edition ones.
But you already got the Thanos one.
I've got like 4 different Thanos pops.
Yes.
They have a 10-inch one from Target. He's like literally this big. He's got his Infinity Gauntlet. It's awesome.
I need to get an Infinity Gauntlet.
They have them in Geek.
Like one that looks real? I saw the piece of crap toy ones in Walmart.
This one's like a replica type thing. Yeah, you can put your hand in it. And it's got little things for your hand where you can pull down and it pulls the finger down. So, yeah.
Finger?
That's the first thing I did when I picked it up. I flicked it off. I was like, I can flick you off with the Infinity Gauntlet. Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
How expensive was it?
Oh, I don't remember. I want to say it's like $100.
That ain't too bad.
I think it's $100.
I've seen some online that are like $300.
I hope it's not that one.
Pay that.
I could be wrong.
All right. Well, my final thoughts on the movie is, of course, yeah, I loved it. I mean, why? How couldn't you?
Hell yeah, out of 10.
Hell yeah, 10. I give it a 10 for all 10 years that we've been doing the Marvel.
It's been fun 10 years.
Here's to another 10 years.
Here's to another 10. Yeah, absolutely.
See you when I'm old.
Yeah. God.
All right, later, everybody. Go watch Infinity War.
Right meow.
Right meow?
Yeah, right meow.
Super Troopers 2 as well.
Yeah.
Right meow. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and please take a minute to like, comment, and subscribe for more super videos.